We got one more highlight that we want to do, and it's coming from, again, Rolesville High School. And this is one of the DBs that's back there anchoring down that tight defensive secondary that they have, where they don't give up too much. And then even if they do, they make the adjustments, and next thing you know, there's a pick. I think this gentleman sealed the game with a pick. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to let him talk about it. So I got Marion Turner coming up. What's going on, brother?
What's good, Coach?
How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Hey, man, I can't complain. I can't call it. What's going on in Rolesville land for you, brother?
It's great out there. Great culture out there for Rolesville.
Yeah. So tell me now, Rolesville is a school that has a lot of personalities and a lot of stars are over there. How do you yourself find your way to fit in and make sure that you guys keep it about team and not, each individual ego?
Right. I think we do well with keeping team chemistry. We hang with each other outside of school a lot,
Mm-hmm.
so that kind of helps. And then we're not selfish players on the defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to eat on the defensive side. We know that, so we
Mm-hmm.
just try to bring it all together and be the best that we can be.
So tell me a little bit about you in school. What's your GPA and what year are you in?
I'm a class of 2025 senior, and I have a 3.6 GPA.
Congratulations on that 3.6 GPA, brother. That's not easy to do. And as we were talking about this with the other two gentlemen, I want you to do the same. Tell us your schedule of how you balance being a dominant athlete on the field, but then also being a student athlete off the field. Tell us how you balance the two.
Well, obviously, student come first. I get all my work done in class, so therefore, when it's time to get on the field, I don't have to worry about no homework after practice or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of helps me balance out my schedule a little bit more since I get my work done in class.
Yeah. Now, with that 3.6 GPA, that also moves you in the ability, like I was talking about with Gavin, where you have a GPA that allows you to open up doors that others may not be able to open up because of that. So what type of school are you looking for, since you do take your academics so seriously? What type of school are you looking for, and what are some things that you may be interested in majoring in?
I want to major in business, just like Gavin said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking for. A good education, a school that's able to teach me more about my major and more about life too.
Okay, cool. What type of, now that's off the field, what type of school do you want when it comes down to athletics? What type of coach fits your best style? Because we as athletes, I'm a former athlete long time ago, but we know what type of coaching we can excel with. So what type of coach do you feel like you can excel with and grow with?
I like a coach that's hard on me all the time, that's constantly in my ear,
Mm-hmm.
that's keeping me on my game.
Okay, good. Now, when you're preparing for the season, or when you prepared for this season, what went into your mindset? Because we discussed this with the other two guys, but when you have a 3.6 GPA, you're a starter on a team that has a whole bunch of stars. What goes into it, and what separates you mentally? Like, what are some mental things that you do when you're working out, when you're in your vibe or in your zone? What goes on in your head?
Uh, I just think to try to be the best version of myself for my team and for me. So I
Mm-hmm.
try to keep my composure a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, tell me how it felt, because you ended the game against Cardinal Gibbons. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell me how that felt, and tell me what went on before, because that was overtime, right?
Yes, sir.
So you ended an overtime game with an INT prior to the ball being snapped, because I'm big on the set. So when you hear a quarterback just set and everybody gets quiet, like literally as a player, that's when you're supposed to zone in. What went on before that for you to be able to know I got this?
The receivers were a little antsy. Like you could tell if I watch a lot of film, so like I kind of pick up on receivers' habits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw they was trying to spread us out the whole games, and they were spread that game. So I'm like, oh, they're about to pass the ball right here. And
Mm-hmm.
then the receivers were moving their hands and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh yeah, this about to come my way. And then I saw Gannon scramble out, and I
Yeah.
saw him throw the ball, and I was like, yeah, that's mine. So I went to go
Yeah.
get that.
So I love the fact that once again we have another player with a high IQ that noticed the details. Is all about the details. He noticed that the players were antsy at the line, and you can tell that as a coach on film when a player is about to block or pass, especially receivers when they're about to block or go
Right.
out for the pass, because their stance usually changes. They get a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more. They get a little bit more tense. So
Yeah.
when you go into your film preparation for the week, what do you look at on the whole? Because some people don't know how to watch film, and clearly you do. So what are some things you look at on film?
I look at the quarterback. I look at his habits on the times that he does throw the ball and the times that he does hand it off, and I look at the running back stance,
Okay.
the times that
Okay.
he's about to get the ball, and then the times he doesn't get the ball. And also with the receivers, the receivers kind of get in a more lazy stance when they're not when it's a pass. I mean, when they have to block.
Mhm.
So I look at that stuff too.
You got a great comment from a former Cardinal Gibbons dad, Ziegler, who now Ziegler plays for Central. He said Turner is a game changer. He's a winner. His mental toughness is something that can't be measured. His offseason training isn't for the faint of heart either. That's a big compliment because his son is D1 right now and playing as a freshman. So it's a huge compliment. Tell us about how you train and what are some things that you think you do better than others?
Uh, I train hard. I train hard. I really do.
Mhm.
I'm in the weight room almost every day.
Mhm.
I get a lot of cardio in on Sundays coming off the weekend, so I'm prepared to go into practice, and I'm not just out of shape sitting on the you know
Yeah.
weekend food and stuff.
Mhm.
Uh, what separates me? I'd say my IQ separates me.
Okay. Okay.
I'm I'm pretty smart player.
Yeah. Yeah. So now with going into this season, you know, you guys are all on top of the mountain, you know what I mean? One of the teams to be knocked off.
Hmm.
How do you help your team assure themselves their spot at the top of this mountain and tell people that they got to come through the Ville to be able to go to this championship?
Facts, facts, facts. Honestly, I just I try to keep the defense like settled in, not to get too worked up and stuff about all
Okay.
the rankings and stuff. We don't really pay attention to all that stuff.
Good.
Honestly, going into some games, uh, they had us as underdogs,
Mhm.
so we kind of like the underdog chip on our shoulder. It kind of helps us play better
Mhm.
when people
Mhm.
doubt us. So
Mhm.
that's one of the biggest things.
And my last question, and I'm gonna let Coach go. What is one thing about, and it could be funny. What's one thing about Coach Rack that don't nobody know?
Coach Rack, I love that guy, man. He's like a father figure to us. Like
Mhm.
outside of football, he talks to us about our mental
Mhm.
health and stuff, and that's really great from a coach to get to know your players
Yeah,
outside of football.
yeah. That picture that they posted with him sleep, man. Did y'all feel some type of way about that?
Yes, sir. It, it was a little funny.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's up. Oh, go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How's it going, Marion?
Good. How about you, Coach Brooks?
I'm doing good, man. I've been watching your film, and this is an honor and privilege to be able to talk with you this afternoon. And it not like I said, you're another example of a great student athlete, not only on the field but in the classroom, which will help you in the long run as far as when you decide your collegiate choice a couple of years down the road. Well, soon. That's a testament to the hard work on and off the field. And you have the privilege of playing for one of the top programs in the state, and you're a member of one of the top defensive secondaries in the state. And you're not only you play smart, you bring physicality to the defensive back position. You're a hard hitter, show good speed and lateral quickness, which will help you at the next level. So just keep up the good work. You're doing a great job.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And before I let you go, give the young Rams, the guys that are watching, the guys that play for Cap City and the guys that play for Dark Horses, et cetera, give them some advice that they need to know, because you guys, I'm not saying you make winning look easy, but you make winning look easy. It looks like in a way that this is just, we show up at Rolesville, we win. Give those young guys some advice that they need to know coming into their freshman year if they decide to go to Rolesville, that this ain't no cakewalk. Give them some advice.
I think the first question you got to ask yourself is, do you really love football and do you really want to do this? Like, it's a lot that goes into this game, and you just got to be ready to work hard, and you got to have mental toughness. It's going to be some days where you feel like you don't want to do nothing. You got to do it. You got to push yourself and do it. That's all you got to do. And I say that's probably the top thing. You got to have a strong mental and you got to be able to want to work.
Yeah. And now you got another compliment, man. We got to make sure you get your compliment from Mark Bryant. He said Turner has come into Rolesville and has set the stage for our secondary defense to win. He is a leader on the field and off the field for Rolesville's defense. He is an X factor with Rolesville winning the championship in December. We all know defense wins championships, which I agree 1,000%, man. So tell us, before we get ready to get out of here, man, what to expect in this playoff run for you guys.
Man, we're looking to dominate. We're looking to keep teams to 0 points. Our defense is stacked, so we try to hold ourselves accountable and stuff.
Okay.
So we're looking to dominate this playoffs run right now.
Sounds good. Now tell everybody how to get in contact with you. I got your Instagram down at the bottom, but give them your X and any other information you want them to have so that they can follow you if a coach sees this, et cetera, et cetera.
My X or Twitter account is Marion_Turner 8.
Did I get this one right for Instagram?
That's my highlights page. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I got you right, man. So I want to thank you for being a part of the First and Goal 365 podcast, the high school highlight segment. And anything that myself or Coach Brooks can do, please reach out to us. And you are part of the fraternity now, man. So any way we can help, just let us know.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Take
Thank
care,
you for
man.
having me.
All right, my man. Have a good day.